University basketball honors award-winning sports commentators Bob Wolff, Len Elmore, and Jackie MacMullan. The Stags Lifetime Achievement Award, Leader of the Herd, recognizes individuals for their long and meritorious contributions to college sports and its student athletes. With us, two recipients for the award, Stag Award here at Fairfield Basketball. Tell me, Jackie MacMullan, tell me what this award means to you.
Well, it means quite a bit to us. We have a Fairfield Stag in the family. My sister Sue actually played here back in the 80s, so very aware of the program, very aware of their great tradition. My senior year, when my sister was a freshman, she very rudely upset my UNH Wildcats, so I'm almost over that. But it's a great award, and especially to be in the same company as Len and Bob Wolff. I feel very blessed to be here.
And Len?
Well, Jackie just took the words out of my mouth. To be in such august company, Hall of Famers like herself and Bob Wolff, it's been amazing recognition. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I did, but nevertheless, I think again, having the opportunity to stand before young people particularly, and maybe with the accomplishments that we've made, to be able to kind of relate some of the secrets, some of the pitfalls, and more than anything else, to kind of give them an idea of the path towards accomplishment certainly is something I think is extraordinary. I'm happy to do it.
Well, you're both ex-basketball players, so tell me what might be a little secret or a little clue that you could give the Fairfield basketball team.
Well, I don't know if I can give these young men and women any clues or tips on playing the game, except develop fundamentally, make sure your fundamental skills are sound. I think right now at this age, it's probably more after the game is over, to make sure you recognize when the cheering stops, there's a lot more of life to live.
Yes, you're a lawyer also, correct?
Yeah, some people say that, but no, I practiced law for about 25 years. I also work in television with ESPN and CBS.
Yes, and lastly, you're with the retired basketball players?
Well, I was the president of the National Basketball Retired Players Association for several years, passed on a baton to the current president, but it's in good shape, and hopefully going forward, retired players, their interests can be represented well.
And Jackie, do you have any tips for the basketball team?
Well, I was thinking about this today, and I wasn't a walk-on at UNH, which I'll share with everybody this evening. I was a crawl-on. I mean, I really was. I was a late bloomer. I didn't even start playing till my junior year of high school. So I hear kids all the time say, I'm not good enough, or I started too late. I just don't believe that. So 90% of the job is showing up and doing what you're supposed to do and doing the job the right way. And I'm telling you, coaches notice. They always notice.
Well, thank you, and congratulations,
Thanks
both
so
of you. I feel like a real shorty. I probably should have stood up here on the box.
I have that effect on people.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Fairfield University is a comprehensive Jesuit institution that prepares students for leadership and service in a constantly changing world. Founded in 1942, the university has grown from an initial class of 303 undergraduate male students in 1947 into a coeducational university of more than 5,000 undergraduate and graduate students. Its primary objectives are to develop the creative intellectual potential of its students and to foster in them ethical and religious values and a sense of social responsibility. With us is Joe Frager, the head coach of the women's basketball team here at Fairfield University. Tell us a little bit about this team. What can we expect?
Well, we're very excited about our season this year. We open up on Friday against LaSalle. We return several really experienced players, and they're a great group of young women to coach, and they've been working extremely hard. And it's about time for us to play someone else. They're tired of practicing against each other. It's time for the season to begin.
And what's different this year than last year?
Well, I think just experience, I think, is the key word. Last year we had a lot of first-year players going through a college schedule for the first time. They all have another year under their belt. So I think that experience and playing a very tough non-conference schedule last year, I think will really serve them in good stead for this season.
And give us a little, tell us about the lineup.
Well, we're definitely going to lean very heavily on Kristen Schatzline, one of our senior captains. She was a preseason second-team All-League performer for the MAC. We also returned Casey Smith, who made the preseason first-team All-MAC. She's a junior, post player. We graduated Felicia DeCruz, so there's a bit of a void at the point guard position, but one of our seniors, Lizzie Ball, is, I think, more than capable of stepping up and doing the job for us. We'll also look to Sam Cooper, a sophomore out of Canada. She had double knee surgery, but she's completely recuperated from that. She'll definitely contribute a lot, and I think we've got a full complement of post players that can rotate throughout the season.
And how do you keep them motivated?
Anytime we had a good run last year, we lost in the second round of the MAC tournament. This is an extremely motivated group, and I think the hunger's there. I really don't know that there's a lot that we need to do. We just kind of need to have them maintain their focus. But this is one of the most motivated, cohesive groups of women I've ever worked with. So we're very excited.
With us, we have the Fairfield women's basketball team. You want to give me your name and position and your expectations this year?
Sure. Hi, my name is Kelsey Carey. I'm a power forward, and my expectations are to win a MAC championship.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a guard and a forward, and my expectation also is to win a championship.
Hi, I'm Len Elmore. I am a forward in Fairfield women's basketball, and my expectations is, as well as said, to win the MAC championship.
Hi, I'm Casey Smith, and we want to win a MAC championship.
Hi, I'm Christine Miller. I'm a power forward, and I also really want to win a MAC championship.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Ball. I'm a point guard for the Fairfield women's basketball team. I obviously want to win a MAC championship, but I want to get better and I want to have fun with my teammates, and I think we're going to have a great season, so I'm excited.
And does everybody get along real well?
Yeah. Thank you.
With us, Sydney Johnson, head coach of Fairfield men's basketball team. Tell us a little bit about this team this year.
Well, we're super excited. I mean, we can score more in transition. We make open court jump shots. Our team chemistry is phenomenal, and we're working really hard. So we're really excited about the season getting going. Finally playing somebody who's not in the red and white jersey, because I think they're getting tired of practice and they're excited about games.
And what's different about this year from last year?
I think our chemistry. I think the fit to the system. Again, you got to be able to shoot the ball, which we can. You got to be able to score in transition, get some early buckets. We're always going to play hard, and we're going to defend. But I think offensively, we're going to reward ourselves a lot more. And like I said, chemistry can take you a long, long way.
And the players on your team?
Amadou Sidibe is a key guy. He's our captain. Marcus Gilbert, key guy. He's one of our captains. Both of them have been all conference. We have a stellar recruiting class, and some juniors and sophomores mixed in there. We've got a full group of guys bought in, so it should be fun.
Your prediction?
I stay away from those, I'm not good
I'm
with
in
those.
boxing.
I can't get those. I've never gotten that right. All I do know is that if we do what we're doing in practice, which is make shots and play hard and defend and have fun playing the game, we're going to have some fun this year.
Marcus Gilbert, forward, and I'm a senior, and I expect a lot this year. We have a great team coming back this year. We have a lot of good new young guys. And I just see a great future right now, and I feel happy about it right now.
I'm Matt Hill, and I'm a junior at forward, and expect to make the postseason, have a really good year. We got a great group of guys, and I'm excited to get it going on Friday.
Hello, I'm Amadou Sidibe, senior, power forward, and I'm pretty much looking to have a great year and just making a long run to the postseason.
Tyler Nelson, sophomore guard, and I expect a lot from this year's team. Just go out there and compete every day.
Kevin Degnan, sophomore, power forward. This year I expect a really exciting team, a team that gets out in transition and a team that's going to shock everybody.
With this, Jim O'Connell, now you received this award, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
And has had a terrific year in sports broadcast.
Oh, I'm the luckiest guy in the world that I get to cover college basketball and international basketball. So I'm the happiest guy there is, and I scammed the world on this one that I got to do this for a living. But it's just no matter what we adults do to mess it up, the kids always come through and give you a great season. So I'm sure we'll have another one this year.
And tell us a little bit about Bob Wolff.
Mr. Wolff is, I've known him since I was a student at St. John's, and for anybody who's around my age, and I look a lot older, but I'm only 61, he was the voice of the Knicks and the Rangers. When you turned on the TV for a big game, it was him. And then, you know, all the things he did to call Don Lawson's perfect game, to call the overtime game between the Giants and the Colts at Yankee Stadium. He was there for every big event for us, so he was like part of our lives. And then when I got to become friends with him and I got to work with him and just to get to sit around and pick his brain, he has so many stories, he knows so many people, and he's the kind of person that every kid who is in college majoring in journalism or communications, instead of going to class one day, go sit with Bob Wolff and you'll learn so much more than you ever would. And he's just that kind of person. And he'll sit with you and teach you too, that he loves doing it. He loves being around young people. So, you know, he's 93 years young and he'll be around for a long time.
And you had a cute story. What was the story about his broadcast, the world-famous broadcast?
Oh, no, in the 1969-70 Knicks season, the first time they won the championship, he called a game. They playing the Cincinnati Royals, and the Knicks were down 19, and they started chipping away. And Mr. Wolff just started getting a little more excited and a little more excited. And the last play of the game, it's ingrained in my head. You know, I can do it, and the way he called the play, and he did it so perfectly. He said that Willis Reed made the layup, Knicks win, and the incredible comeback is over. And he's able to draw great pictures with his words, and that's something so special. And he's one of the best ever, not just around here, ever in broadcasting, and we're lucky to have him here.
Although he did give you a compliment, are you going to surpass his record?
I don't know if I can stay around that long. I'll give it a shot. If people keep putting up with me, I'll be around.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
And hey, how does Fairfield look this year?
They're going to be better than they were the last couple of years as the talent level's risen a bit, and I think Sydney's really got them ready to make a move this year in the MAC. And the whole thing when you're in a conference like the MAC, it comes down to 3 days in March. If you can win that conference tournament, you get the NCAA bid, and then you've had a great season. So I think they really have a shot in the MAC to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams, get in the tournament, and maybe make a run and be back in the NCAA tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With us is legendary sports reporter Bob Wolff. Bob, now tell us, first of all, tell us a little bit about your history and your beginnings in the broadcast business.
Well, basically, at age 10, I wanted to be a big band singer. And I never got to the top as a big band singer. I did eventually sing on the dog show for 30 years. I never heard a complaint from any of the dogs. Played my uke, used to play ukulele along with my sister, used to sing with me. But eventually what took place, I became a pretty good baseball player and went to Duke University to play baseball. And I broke my ankle. Then I went into the service, became a lieutenant in the Navy. And in the Navy, I wrote a book suggesting ways that they could change the regulations for advanced bases as a supply officer. They liked what I did. They published the book, the Navy, brought me back to Washington. I started my TV career there, and I've been broadcasting ever since.
Well, tell us about some of the finer moments. Did you have an interview with Yogi Berra?
I've interviewed all the big league stars for over 30 years. Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, you name it, I've named them all. They've all been on albums with me. I've used them on coast-to-coast shows, on local shows, and I've given them recently to the Library of Congress.
Well, tonight you're getting an award with Fairfield University. Could you tell me what this means to you?
I'm honored by their award, particularly when I've seen the list of the people that have already gotten it and those who'll be receiving it with me. Tremendous names, great personalities. And Fairfield, I've done many of their games. I've admired their athletic department, their facilities, the people that they put out as graduates. And so to be honored by them, by the herd, to me, is a great thrill.
And do you have any tips for students or people that are going into broadcast today?
Well, I found that broadcasting is very much like running for president in many ways. For one thing, you don't have to pass an exam or take a test. All you have to say, I want to be a president, right? Well, that's all I said. I want to be a broadcaster. And that's about it. If you have an interest in it, you take a couple of recording machines with you, you try it out, you eventually sing, I sound pretty good. You go to a radio or TV station, say I like an audition, and if they like you, they don't ask anything more because you are now really a performer, and if you are appealing to people who hire you, they figure to appeal to the public, and that's about all that it takes.
And how do you think it's changed? I mean, how many years have you been in broadcast?
I'm the longest running broadcaster in history. I've been there 76 years now. And really that's how I started. I just went to the local station while I was going to Duke. Duke didn't have a radio station then, or a TV station. I went there, said I have a couple of shows I can do for you. I think they'll appeal to the people who want to buy the products, the advertisers, particularly all the Duke students. They said, great, bring me a sample show. I did. They said, we like you, they'll hire you. They didn't ask any other questions. And all through Duke, I made money as a broadcaster, a full-time broadcaster. And I put on not only sports, but I did a show called Wolf at the Door, a variety show. I sang with the campus band. And in essence, by the time I got through, I was all set to continue.
And how do you think it's changed with social media?
With the social media, in essence, the bigger the audience, the better you do. It's never changed. Now, of course, you can do it by yourself, just getting people to look or listen to what you have to say. But in the long run, it's not how good you are, it's how many people who watch. That's how you make the most money, get the most exposure.
Well, congratulations. And what are your future plans now?
Well, what I'm enjoying right now is your company and having a chance to be interviewed by you. That in itself is an honor. And my future plans are just keep talking.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting on the Fairfield Basketball Fundraiser here in New York City, Midtown. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and we'll see you at courtside.